Now on Good Day, accused murderer Robert Tell is back in the spotlight. But will he keep his county position and six-figure salary? That is for a judge to decide.
Smoke detectors may be an annoyance at the wrong time, but if you actually check them and make sure that they work, they could save your life. We'll have your details for you for Fire Prevention Month.
And it's day 3 of Donny Osmond Week. From being on stage to taking out the garbage, Donny talks about his home life and how he met his beautiful wife. They've been married more than 4 decades. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
Now, this is Good Day Las Vegas. Live, local, now.
Smack dab in the middle of the week. We appreciate you joining us here on a Wednesday. It is 6 o'clock. Time to get up and Adam grab that coffee. I don't know, Sherry, it might almost be time for iced coffee still, right? We're kind of still in that iced coffee zone.
Oh, well, for the afternoons.
This
this morning, warm coffee's probably fine, but just make sure you're drinking lots of water, too, and do it first thing in the morning so you don't get behind, because air's starting to dry out a little bit more. Isn't that gorgeous as we look off to the east? Nice, clear skies. Now, yesterday we had a gorgeous sunrise, too, with a few clouds around, but no clouds this morning. 72 degrees. We're running a few degrees cooler than we were yesterday at this hour. Still a little over 30% humidity, and the dew point at 41. Really 33% humidity as we get cooler. That's not a big deal, but it's the dew point that we watch to really tell how much moisture is in the air. So that will drop as we get through the day, and even more so into the next day or two. Sunrise 6:39 and 6:18 is the sunset. So we're looking for about almost 80 degrees by mid-morning. Lots of good sunshine for your Wednesday. Stay hydrated. Get some sunscreen on if you're going to be outdoors a lot. Mid-80s by noon and sliding all the way back into those extra warm 90s. We should be right around 86 for the afternoon high, so we'll certainly beat that after the noon hour. It's going to be a warm Wednesday, but there are cooler changes on the way. I'll cover those coming up right now. Nate's got his eye on the drive. Good morning, Nate.
Good morning, Sherry, and we're looking here at the I-15 because it is for sure slowing down. We got waves of very heavy traffic southbound on the 15 coming out of the Spaghetti Bowl, heading down towards Sahara and beyond. Let's take a live look, show you lanes are open. You just have a ton of company. Now, an earlier crash in the near Southwest Valley at Decatur in the 215, that's long gone, but the live camera there highlights what's been going on there for weeks, and that is the cones that have northbound Decatur down to just one lane. So this across the top of your screen is the 215 Southern Beltway. These folks, the headlights are northbounders, the taillights are southbounders. There's been a lot of construction. If you drive around there, I'm not telling you anything new, but give yourself some extra time. Decatur and Sunset, Heather.
Always a good reminder, Nate. We appreciate that. This morning, county representatives will be in court to continue their efforts to remove Public Administrator Robert Tellis from his position. This as he stands accused of killing Las Vegas Review-Journal investigative reporter Jeff Gehrman. Currently, Tellis is still making his $120,000 a year salary while he's in jail. The county argues since the charges were filed, Tellis has not fulfilled his job responsibilities and was neglectful of office. Tellis's lawyer initially requested time to respond. That hearing continues today. Sherry.
This morning, President Biden and First Lady Biden are due in Florida, where they'll get a first-hand look at the devastation left behind by Hurricane Ian, as communities there continue rescue and aid work and the death toll climbs. Here's Astrid Martinez.
The White House says when President Biden visits Fort Myers, Florida this morning to survey the destruction and meet with first responders and local residents, politics will not play a role. That includes during a planned meeting with Governor Ron DeSantis, one of the president's most prominent Republican critics.
They're going to talk about what else are the needs in Florida to get to a place of recovery, to get to a place of rebuilding.
Ian's floodwaters are receding, but in some areas, the recovery effort is just getting underway.
There's more urban search and rescue capability in Florida since this storm than has ever been in one place, in one state, since 9/11.
A week after the Category 4 hurricane first made landfall in the U.S., rescue teams continue to go door to door in search of both victims and survivors.
We want to get to those that have run out of medication, those who maybe been trapped in their homes because of the debris, try to either get them out or to check on their well-being.
The extent of the damage is still being assessed, especially in coastal communities that took a direct hit from Ian.
Manufactured homes ripped to shreds.
Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses remain without power. Getting the lights back on is a priority, but officials say the task could take a month or more to complete. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, New York.
Ian is already blamed for at least 102 deaths in Florida and 4 more in North Carolina. Officials believe those numbers will continue to grow higher in the days to come. Nate?
Even though we are thousands of miles away from Ian, we can help. The American Red Cross of Southern Nevada urging all of us to step up and give blood. The storm in Florida shutting down blood donation centers, so they got a shortage. As always, universal type O blood is the most in demand, and there are several blood drives going on here in Southern Nevada. There's one today at the Wells Fargo Bank at Sahara and Rainbow. To make an appointment, go to redcrossblood.org. Heather.
Yeah, we've been in such a critical shortage. Nate, thank you. This morning, CCSD's embattled superintendent could have more job security. The school district will vote on Dr. Jesus Jara's new agreement during a Board of Trustees work session. Last Thursday, they gave the superintendent an A on their annual evaluation. This after he was fired and then rehired late last year. The new deal would include a $75,000 annual raise, increasing his salary to $395,000 a year that would run through 2026. Elon Musk's on again, off again plan to buy Twitter came to an end yesterday. That's when the Tesla CEO finally agreed to purchase the $44 billion social network. The move comes just 2 weeks before Twitter's board and Musk were set to go to court. Twitter sued Musk after he previously tried to pull out of that deal. While the deal may be done, Twitter did not say if it would drop the lawsuit against Musk. Some logistical and legal hurdles still remain, but Musk could have control of Twitter here in the next couple of days.
They had the worst influenza season over the past 5 years.
That's Dr. William Schaffner, the director of the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, talking about the flu season in Australia. So the experience down under could be a hint of what's to come here in the U.S. One of the big concerns, lower flu vaccination rates in recent years.
The lowest flu vaccination coverage we have seen in children in the last 8 seasons.
Dr. Rochelle Walensky is the director of the Centers for Disease Control. There's a national survey that shows less than half of all adults are planning to get a flu shot. By the way, pregnant women and kids also getting fewer flu vaccinations. Now, you want to schedule one. Lots of information on our website, 8newsnow.com.
6:08 is the time. This deadly house fire just 2 weeks ago is a very difficult reminder of how critical it is to practice and prepare your family for emergencies. It is Fire Prevention Month. Our Candace Charles joining us live now at the Clark County Building Department with some tips that'll help keep you and your family safe. Candace, good morning. Lots to talk about here.
Yes, Heather, good morning to you. Good morning, folks. It really is all about keeping your family safe. You want to have 3 main things: a plan, of course, a smoke detector, and a fire extinguisher. Now, we've been showing you this morning how this works. We started out trying to get this working. I have the fire inspector here with me, Nick Giolito, and we started out with it not working, but there's a specific reason, right? Tell us why.
Yeah, well, what we look for is we look for things that are damaged on smoke or on fire extinguishers a couple times a year. And the reason why this one didn't work is because we have a bent gauge right here, and whatever charges this probably leaked out. We did test it earlier at work, so there's plenty of agent in it.
Right.
So you assume they work,
right,
but they don't.
Right, that's
Always
a perfect
inspect
example of what you need to do to make sure that it does work. Next, we want to talk about smoke detectors. Now, maybe the annoyance sometimes it beeps at you. He said something important, though, I think. If you want to make sure your kids are ready for plans, what should you do?
I think every now and then we should have unannounced smoke detector and fire drills in the house. So just go up to it, push it, they'll all go off, and see if your kids go out to their predetermined locations. You should have 2.
Okay, and how often should you change these batteries? That's important to remember, folks.
Just like a fire extinguisher, the smoke detector is only good for about 10 years. Batteries, we like to change twice a year, every 6 months.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Nick. We appreciate all that you do. Coming up, we're going to be running some drills so you guys can know how to make this plan for you and your family, keep your kids safe. Of course, we got you covered with all these details on our website, 8newsnow.com. For now, I'm Candace Charles, 8 News Now.
I think those smoke detectors, those sounds are annoying, but they save your life. Save your life. Pride Week is officially underway here in Las Vegas. The annual Pride Parade will go through downtown Las Vegas Friday night. Starts at 7 p.m. You see the streets there, 4th and Bridger. Starts at 7. Our own Christian Casadas will also serve as one of the event's MCs. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget the Raiders and Chiefs this Monday night right here on Channel 8 with kickoff set for 5 p.m. This is your home for the most Raiders games, and we've secured another one. You got it, Raiders Chiefs here on Channel 8 this Monday. Their schedule, they're 3-1 and 1-3. That's what I'm trying to say. Their records.
Yes, we need another win. That's what we need. Come on, guys. You can do it. Still ahead here on Good Day. Our tribute to iconic showman Donny Osmond continues, and this time he's talking about the love of his life and what really keeps him grounded when he is not on stage. You want to stick around for this, Sherry?
Yes, I always want to hear everything Donny all the time. Accurate 8 to 8 forecast for your Wednesday. Look at those clear skies. Temperatures are in the low 70s now, on our way to mid to upper 70s through the morning, mid 80s by noon. Yes, an extra warm Wednesday with highs sliding right into those 90s. It'll take a little while to cool off, but we'll get to 80s again after dinner time. Some cooler changes in your most accurate Weather Now 8-day forecast. It's straight ahead coming after the break. We're live, local, now.
sponsored by the Southern Nevada Water Authority.
Live. This is Good Day Las Vegas. Now.
This week, we've been showing you what it's like to be Donny Osmond as our Donny Week continues. You know, he's been a part of Las Vegas for so long, he almost feels like family to many of us. But it's his real family, he told me, that keeps him grounded, and yes, he even does house chores. You're part of the fabric of this community.
Yes.
And this community's been through a lot, no doubt.
Yes.
What does it mean to you?
Well, I've seen this town kind of like my career, the ups and downs and in-betweens. I've seen this town when it was considered a ghost town for entertainment.
That's certainly not the case in 2022, where Las Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world.
But what's beautiful about Vegas right now is that it's better than ever before.
And Donny is loving it.
When you ask me about the importance of Las Vegas, it really is the creme de la creme in show business. My wife and I love being Nevadans right now.
Entertainer extraordinaire, he's done it all. And now he's raking in the accolades for his solo show. But it's his family, he says, that keeps him rooted.
And when I go home, I take out the garbage, mow the lawn, stuff like that.
Married 44 years, Donny remembers the moment he knew she was the one.
As I was dating a girl by the name of Tammy, and Jay was dating my wife Debbie, we went to an Elton John concert. And when Elton sat down, "It's a little bit funny," he was singing your song. I remember looking over at my brother's date thinking, I'm going to marry that girl someday. And about 2 weeks after that double date, we switched.
He says it's all about balance because to him, family still comes first.
Just had our 13th grandbaby, so life is great, and I don't want to lose that.
It kind of seems like he's got it all. He's certainly loving it. We love having him as a resident here. He says he bought a house in Summerlin. All right, coming up very soon, we're giving away tickets to see Donny here in Las Vegas. 4 tickets plus a VIP experience. Caller number 8 will win. We'll put that number up on the screen here in just a little while. And then, you know, of course, if you don't win today, you still have tomorrow and Friday. And Friday will include a gift certificate to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse as well. So you get dinner and a show. Stay tuned. That is coming up. But I got to check in with Sherry. You're watching something kind of cool over there.
Oh, my goodness. It really is cool. We're taking a live picture right now from NASA.gov as the crew is just about to board the Dragon Endurance. It's the SpaceX rocket that's going to carry a crew of 4 up to the International Space Station. You can see the countdown there. It's just behind our live bug, actually, about 2 hours and 45 minutes before liftoff. And they're just getting the astronauts in the rocket right now. And they are taking a Russian astronaut with the crew, who is the mission specialist for this flight, up to the International Space Station. It looks like things are pretty clear on the coast of East Florida this morning at Kennedy Space Center. And again, this is the SpaceX launch pad out there to Kennedy. So all systems go for now as they load the astronauts into the Endurance rocket there. All right, we'll check on them during the hour to see how things are going. We've got clear skies this morning. We're doing fine. We're cooling off into the low 70s and some 60s. Look at Seven Hills. You're down to 64. Henderson's down to 69. 68 at Mountain's Edge, and 60s from Summerlin to Centennial Hills, and down to 60 degrees at Red Rock this morning with cool 50s up at Kyle Canyon. 48 in Caliente this morning with 50s at Indian Springs, 64 in Pahrump, 65 in Mesquite, low 70s for Boulder City, and mid 70s for Laughlin right now. We'll stay above normal. Yesterday we hit 90. Today, I think with less humidity and plenty of sunshine, we'll slide into some low 90s. We should be right there in the mid 80s for October 5th. Yesterday we were 100 as the record high, and from now on for the rest of the year, records are in the double digits. Excuse me, no more triple-digit records, and I think we're done with triple digits for the rest of the year. We've turned that corner, and I think we're pretty much done with monsoon season too. Now that we're in October, this area of low pressure is spinning those showers into New Mexico and the southern plains. Showers and thunderstorms through the upper Midwest. You can see how clear it is on the east coast of Florida this morning, and chilly remnants of Hurricane Ian. Still spinning showers into New England. My goodness. We'll stay dry. High pressure will build over Nevada from the Pacific Northwest all the way down to the desert. 92 today, light winds but drier, and we'll keep it in those extra warm low 90s into the first of the weekend. Then temperatures slide a little bit into those upper 80s, mornings in the 60s. And after Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day on Monday, we might even make it to the low 80s later next week. We got to get to the drive. Nate's keeping his eye on the roads.
Yeah, we've seen some waves of very heavy traffic southbound on I-15 out of the Spaghetti Bowl. The 95 515, since the big squeeze is pretty well wrapped up, not that big a deal. But let's take a live look here at southbound and northbound I-15. So the taillights are northbounders heading into the Spaghetti Bowl. Looks like the current wave is not so bad. If you want to get onto the I-15 south, not too bad right now. An earlier crash has cleared from near the 215 Southern Beltway at Decatur. But man, that is a tough one, so we wanted to keep the camera there. It looks like you have available lanes, but the 215 Southern Beltway is near the top of your screen. These headlights are northbounders on Decatur. The cones keep you restricted to just one lane there, so expect some delays. And speaking of delays, what's driving you crazy is next on Good.
Injury law, millions recovered monthly.
624 on your Wednesday morning. What's driving you crazy? Well, a frequent viewer email complaint returns with kind of an unfortunate answer. Iris writes, on the 95 northbound from Rancho to Ann Road, the carpool lane's full of single drivers speeding past the afternoon traffic. When are they going to get NHP out there to give these folks tickets for one, driving alone in a carpool lane, and two, speeding? Doesn't make sense to have a carpool lane if no one adheres to the law. Iris, as we are still reporting today, there are real staffing issues with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol. A union representative says a normal shift has upwards of 14 troopers on the road. This past Saturday, they had 4. And no one here suggesting drivers disobeyed the law. Thank you for writing in, Iris. Buckle up, drive carefully. Please put down that phone and join the Driving You Crazy conversation at Traffic 8 at 8newsnow.com.
Some trending stories for you this morning. One of the most famous brands of canned pressed meat is on track for an 8th straight year of record sales. I'm talking about Spam. The 85-year-old product has been undergoing a cultural reinvention, and Hormel says it just cannot make Spam fast enough, so it's boosting production capacity. It is a trending ingredient on TikTok, so the youngsters love it. And then it's even on fine dining menus at restaurants across the cities. I know my boss loves it. Spam's popularity with Hawaiian, Asian, Pacific Island cuisine has certainly also influenced its growth. Okay, you got to see this video. Yes, we live in a desert, but no, camels aren't exactly a common sight. That is until one decided it was going to visit In-N-Out on the Blue Diamond last night. His name is Fergie, and apparently he loves French fries. His handler says he's a rescue from Colorado. He now lives in a sanctuary here in Las Vegas. Sherry, the only thing we don't know is whether he asked for animal fries, animal style.
Of course he did. He knows his In-N-Out better than anybody. 625, 626, or should I say better than any animal. All right, here's your accurate day planner for your Wednesday. We've got low 70s right now for your 6 o'clock hour. On our way to upper 70s later this morning, mid 80s for your lunch hour. Make sure you're taking extra water with you today as we dry out a little bit more. And 92 for the afternoon high, staying above normal. Not totally summer-like, but definitely warmer than fall, and temperatures will cool slowly. No clouds in the sky today, just full-on sunshine. We'll take a look at some cooler changes, Heather, coming up in your most accurate forecast at 6:30.
All righty. Next here on Good Day, a new housing development in the works at Red Rock Canyon, but some locals, they're not too happy about it. Why they say more development will only make ongoing problems worse. 627, you're watching Good Day Las Vegas, live, local, now.
They're only 3 days a week in fall. It's the law.
Now on Good Day, dog adoptions at the Animal Foundation paused. The potentially deadly illness threatening dozens of animals.
New housing approved in scenic Red Rock Canyon. Some folks who live around there got some concerns as the developer plans to build hundreds of homes. Plus,
the enormity of this project is hard to fathom and harder to put into words.
Just looking at it is pretty darn cool. There is a new show coming to our Las Vegas Strip. We'll tell you what it is, where it is, and a little bit more about it coming up here. Good Day Las Vegas starts right now.
Now, this is Good Day Las Vegas. Live, local, now.
We start here at 6:30 on a Wednesday morning, and you know, during the break we were talking about Tom Brady and Giselle potentially maybe looking for divorce lawyers, and our director said, you can't talk about that. You're giving everyone false hope.
For either one of them.
For either one of them, because they're so good looking. Yeah, so anyway, the rumor mill is spinning this morning.
Well, we wish them the best. You don't like to see anybody go down that road.
No, especially when the kids are involved.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you betcha. Well, there's also a lot going on this morning, so we're keeping our eye on the SpaceX rocket in Florida that's on the launch pad. And here at home, our temperatures, they won't rocket into the 90s. They'll slowly get up into some warmer temperatures, though, and staying above normal. We'll see how long that lasts. The 8-day forecast does have some changes in it, so stay tuned for that. This morning it's beautiful, nice and clear. Yesterday at this hour we had some clouds in the sky. Temperatures were a little warmer yesterday, so down a little bit cooler with the clear skies. In fact, we've got more neighborhoods in the 60s this morning. West Henderson on St. Rose Parkway at 65. Nellis is down at 69. 70 degrees in North Las Vegas, and at the airport 72. Not much in the way of wind. Humidity's down just a little bit, and those dew points are down a little bit too, so a little bit drier air. We'll say 71 is a good average temp this morning, kiddos. And this afternoon, when that bell rings, it's still going to be a warm day. We're looking at 92, so hopefully you got the sunscreen on and ready to go, and you've got extra water in your backpacks. It is going to be a warm Wednesday, so we'll go over the cooler changes coming up in your most accurate Weather Now forecast. Nate's keeping his eye on the drive at 6:32.
Thank you, Sherry. We always have changes on the roads. I mean, minute by minute, there are going to be a ton of people on the South 15. Then you get a little bit of a break. Right now, it looks like there's a lot of folks southbound on the 95, 515 around the Charleston curve headed to Boulder Highway. We're going to zoom here onto the 15. So far, not too bad, but, you know, just a couple of minutes ago, it was packed and really slow going. Here we are. This is the southbound side of the 95. Make that the I-15 out of the Spaghetti Bowl with the World Market Center and Resorts World in the wind down there. Meantime, the rest of the freeway system is in pretty good shape. An earlier crash that has cleared. I'm keeping the camera there at Decatur and near the 215 Southern Beltway. It's Decatur and Sunset. So that crash is long gone, but when we were looking at this, it's like, wow, there's a ton of cones down there. You drive this every day, you know, but big delays northbound Decatur. That's the 215 Southern Beltway across near the top of your screen. So these folks are northbound. That's Sunset across the middle of your screen. Only one lane getting through there right now, Heather.
Yeah, tough squeeze there. Nate, we appreciate that. And this morning, we know more about the virus. It's impacting the Animal Foundation's adoptable dogs. And what's next? Right now, it's put a hold on all dog adoptions, and that's because a newly fostered dog had to be euthanized after contracting an upper respiratory infection. The Animal Foundation was in the midst of a public call for help at the time because their space was quickly filling up with animals. The foundation says it immediately notified anyone who took a dog home last week about possible exposure.
You know, it is a lethal virus, so I am afraid that they could succumb to it. I do plan to go to my veterinarian after this and get some antibiotics to hopefully prevent anything from happening.
That's Jennifer Blanchard, and she took home a foster dog last week, and she is worried her newly fostered dog might become ill. As of right now, 17 dogs at the Animal Foundation are showing signs of an upper respiratory illness. Other exposed dogs have been quarantined. They're being treated with antibiotics. Adoptions for other pets, however, and that does include cats, have resumed. The shelter, though, is not sure when it'll be safe for dogs to be adopted again. Yesterday, we told you the Nevada State Police is operating at less than half staff. And this morning, we've learned current and past personnel believe lack of pay is forcing troopers to leave the job. Earlier this year, 8 News Now investigators revealed starting pay begins at $55,000, Metro at $81,000, and in Henderson, it's $100,000.
And when you're just the stepping stone for a lot of the other agencies, well, it certainly doesn't serve you.
Right now, 65 more troopers are needed to make a full staff. According to the Nevada Police Union, the department's last significant pay raise was in 2006. Nate.
6:36 any Wednesday morning. The talk about a housing development may be coming soon to the middle of Red Rock Canyon. Some folks who live there not so happy. Clark County Commission voting unanimously to continue developing the first phase of these houses, which are going to be built on Blue Diamond Hill in the middle of Red Rock Canyon. Local developer Jim Rhodes planning to put in more than 400 houses. Opponents say, hey, that violates county code and previous legal agreements.
I mean, eventually you'll probably have to make it 4 lanes, and the traffic will have to move more swiftly. You know, it certainly won't have allowance for someone who very leisurely wants to view the scenery.
Let's talk about the 2-lane State Highway 159. There's a little town of Blue Diamond. So Mr. Rhodes has 4 years to get paved legal right-of-way from the construction area over to State Highway 159. That currently belongs to the Bureau of Land Management, so we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that one, Sherry.
You bet. Well, this morning, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will be in Florida, where they'll get a first-hand look at the devastation left behind by Hurricane Ian. Well, the Bidens are expected to meet with local officials there, families, and first responders. Rescue teams continue to go door to door in search of both victims and survivors. Hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses remain without power. Getting the lights back on is a priority, but officials there say that it could take at least a month or more to do that. Well, one of the ways that Nevadans can help hurricane victims is simply by donating blood, and there are several blood drives happening this week, including one today at Wells Fargo near Rainbow and Sahara, another one Thursday at Rainbow Library. You can find out more, make an appointment also at redcrossblood.org. Heather?
A deadly house fire just 2 weeks ago. Certainly a difficult reminder of how critical it is to practice and also prepare your family for emergencies. It is Fire Prevention Month. Candace Charles joining us live at the Clark County Building Department. Candace, you've been talking about fire extinguishers, the importance of having one, but that's not all you need. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Heather. That is correct. Good morning, folks. As you can see, it's a little smoky in here. We got some flames going. You don't want to wait until this situation to come up with a plan. So I've got Fire Inspector Nick Giolito with me. Tell me exactly what we should be doing in a situation like this.
Situation like this, we should have a plan in place to where there's 2 locations that you can exit your house safely and meet your family and friends. When you do see smoke like this in this environment, you want to keep as low as possible to the floor where the air is a little bit cleaner, and you want to get out and stay out.
All right, so we're going to try to run this drill through really quickly. So you want to stay low, guys.
Stay low, below.
And then do you want to touch the walls just in case you need to guide yourself?
Only with the back of your hand in case it's too hot. You don't want to burn your hand.
Okay, perfect. And you should be looking for an exit here, which we found here. And you should be reuniting with your friends. Stacy, hello. And of course, as you create this plan, what other things should you tell your kids so that they're prepared for the end of that plan as well, that exit?
Don't go back in looking for your pets. Your pets are smart enough. They'll probably make it out. Just get out and stay out.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Nick, for chatting with us. We appreciate it. Of course, we have you covered with all these details so you can look at it again and run this with your family on our website, 8newsnow.com. From the Clark County Building, I'm Candace Charles, 8 News Now.
Planning is key. Candace, good live shot. We love seeing that. It's so important to kind of visualize what could potentially happen. Thank you for that. Still ahead here on Good Day, our city welcomes a new one-of-a-kind show. What it is, where you can catch it. Ooh, it's pretty cool. We've got it when we come back. Just a quick reminder, the Raiders and Chiefs this Monday night here on Channel 8. Kickoff set for 5 p.m. We are the home of your most Raiders games, and we've secured this one. Raiders Chiefs, Channel 8, Monday night.
It's going to be a tough game, but we need the win, don't we? We need it, need it. All right, look at this beautiful sunrise as we cover your most accurate 8 to 8 forecast. We're in the low 70s now. We'll be warming up through the morning. Upper 70s, 8 a.m., 80s by noon. Pack that extra water with you. We're looking to dry out a little bit more today and warm up right back to some extra warm low 90s. 90 around your dinner hour. We'll cool off eventually. That's sundown. now in the 6 o'clock hour. Changes are coming up in your most accurate Weather Now forecast. Stay tuned for that after the break. It's 6:40.
Raiders games. You're watching Good Day Las Vegas with John Langler, Heather Mills, Sherry Swensk, and Nate Tannenbaum. Good Day Las Vegas. Live, local, now.
6:44 is the time. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the average price for a gallon of regular gas here in Las Vegas went up another 2 cents overnight. It's now $5.54 a gallon this morning. A week ago, we were paying about 32 cents less. The average price of gas only needs to go up 7 more cents here in Las Vegas until we break the all-time record high of $5.61, which was set 4 months ago in June. But relief may be on the way. California Governor Gavin Newsom made a decision that could bring some relief to us here in Nevada. He's decided to make the seasonal shift to a winter blend about a month ahead of schedule. Much of the gas Nevada receives comes from California refineries, and economists say the winter blend is cheaper to produce and is expected to gradually bring prices down as we transition to winter. Well, how about this? A new show. It's been described as a Las Vegas spectacle on an epic scale. That's huge, right? Does it get bigger than that? Epic. Epic. It's going to be debuting next month at the Wynn. Take a look.
Light, darkness, and from the space between them, magic was born.
Well, it looks like a great show. It's called Awakening, and it tells the story of a hero and her 2 fellow travelers as they seek to reunite Two Lost Lovers. Awakening opens November 7th. Tickets are on sale now. Head over to 8newsnow.com for a link to purchase. It looks like that they have replaced, this is where La Rev was, maybe in the theater there at the Wynn.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Donny fans, Donny Osmond fans, this is your chance to call in to win. Caller number 8 right now wins 4 tickets and a VIP experience to see Donny Osmond at Harrah's. That's the number right there on your screen, 702-650-1101. Call now. We'll take the 8th caller. Good luck. It's your chance to win. Woo! All right. This is happening right now in Florida. SpaceX has its Dragon Endurance rocket on the launch pad in Florida. You see the astronauts right there. They're all suited up and seated in the capsule for the scheduled launch of its 5th crewed space mission.